If you would have told me 10 years ago that I would be living in Reno, Nevada, man, I would have said you're out of your mind for sure. No doubt. Following my passions has had its ups and downs. On one hand, it's afforded me many amazing opportunities to do so many cool things. Yet on the other hand, it is sort of the reason why I'm still in school at 28 years old. Um, I've never, I've always sort of hated school ever since I was a kid, which is another reason why I still haven't graduated, why I'm still here. As a teenager growing up in a Bay Area suburb, I was very passionate about sports of all kinds, and ended up gravitating to motorcycle racing. I picked it up pretty quick and decided to travel and race at the expert and professional level rather than going to college like all of my friends did. After a few years and lots of injuries, I stopped racing to go back to school and get an education and eventually, hopefully, a real job with said education. Even though I'm not racing anymore, I still love motorcycle racing more than anything. It's definitely my number one passion. I've done other things here and there to kind of fill the void, but it's for sure something I would like to continue with in the industry, even if it's not actually racing, which is why I'm still in school. Even though I don't know the exact job I would like to have, I know that it's kind of the one thing keeping me going with staying in school is that if I finish this degree in communications and minoring in journalism, I'm hoping that someday I can work in some capacity in the motorcycle racing industry, be it a PR for a race team. Doesn't really matter. As long as I'm making a living and working around motorcycles and racing, I'd be very happy. That's actually how I ended up moving to Carlsbad, California, a little beach town just north of San Diego. I decided to go to a community college down there with some of my friends because I wanted to get away from the Bay Area, and I've always been sort of a beach kid. I lived in Carlsbad for a little over 3 years, and during that time, I would attend school off and on while working full-time at a grocery store until one day, all the friends that I moved down there with, they ended up moving away to pursue jobs and or passions of their own, which once they left, that prompted me to finally go all in on school and take it pretty seriously. One day, me and my friend were actually mountain biking just down the road. We were at North Star Resort, and he brought up the idea of possibly moving to Reno to finish his schooling. After helping him move up here to Reno, I quickly fell in love with the outdoor lifestyle and followed him up here pretty soon after. I've never been a fan of school, but living here in Reno and attending UNR have been the perfect mix of pursuing an education, but also still pursuing my passions of outdoor activities and being around my friends, which is huge for me. Some of the best people I've ever met in my life are all because I moved here to Reno. If you were to tell me someday I would not live in Reno, I would say you're out of your mind.